It seems like Diddy is already aiming his deathly weapon at another innocent person, and Jamie Foxx wasn't the last victim on the infamous producer's hit list. Apparently, the show business needs to prepare for another tragic incident because rumors have it that Diddy already set things in motion, and as Chris Brown reveals, he knows the name of the next target. And while I would never believe that Diddy would go to such lengths, according to Chris, he aims to eliminate nonetheless his ex-protege Usher and already send him the first warning. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. I keep my eyes on the most discussed events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. So it's been largely speculated that Usher could become another victim of the industry right after Jamie Foxx, considering the news that the rapper already got his first blow at Chris Brown's birthday party, where two of them allegedly got into a fight. Well, as it's reported, Usher was initially hosting the big birthday bash for Chris Brown at Skate Rock City in Las Vegas on Friday, May 5, and apparently was planning to spend a great time, like it always happens at celebrities' parties, and was even singing happy birthday to his friend.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
But this fun didn't last long for him because, as witnesses reported, the singer left the bash with a bleeding nose after being punched by his longtime friend Chris Brown. A report by TMZ revealed that Chris Brown and Usher got into a heated argument, which quickly turned violent. As it always happens, the birthday celebration began on a positive note, but according to a reliable source, the situation took quite a nasty turn later in the evening. It was revealed Brown began acting in a totally disrespectful manner towards singer Teyana Taylor, and there was no apparent reason for his ugly behavior. Brown was visibly intoxicated by the moment when he first approached the singer. And although several guests, including Usher, tried to calm Brown down, things only escalated, and Chris directed all his anger at his friend and finally left Taylor alone. As a source revealed, Chris wasn't having it, cursing at Usher and Teyana, but then mostly focusing his anger directly at Usher. Eventually, Chris announced that he was leaving the party, and while some people say it was done to divert attention from the punching that followed, but there were still witnesses who claimed that have seen Usher following his friend and later emerging with a bloodied nose and bruised ribs. According to TMZ, it was not stated if Usher was admitted to a hospital following the alleged beatdown or if police had been contacted to investigate the incident. While it could only be an incident considering the amount of alcohol every guest was consuming, some fans are confident that this is only the beginning of Usher's troubles, and Chris and his crew were only executing orders made by Diddy. Well, after learning the tragic fate of Jamie Foxx, who remains bedridden for more than 1 month already, it's no wonder that Diddy went after other people who could spill beans on his wild shenanigans with men. As you may heard, the story of Jamie revealing how he was filming Diddy's wild parties was all over the media, and apparently, the music producer got scared that footage of his affairs with men could be leaked online.
Camera said, yo, Puff, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy.
While it could look like an innocent joke, it seems that Diddy doesn't joke with his reputation, and the news of Jamie Foxx being hospitalized with mysterious medical complications soon hit the headlines. The actor's condition was announced as critical, and some sources even stated that his family doesn't believe in miracles and health system and is already preparing for the worst. Well, it seems like Usher should be more cautious in his statements right now because Diddy is apparently in the killing mood. Despite being in quite good relationships with the music mogul, Usher has been recently sharing some juicy details from his teenage years when he was attending Puffy Flavor Camp, and God only knows what kind of wild things Usher tried there. Usher's unique education with Diddy during his teenage years left a huge impression on the young rapper. He was impressed not only by Diddy's way of working, but his partying style as well. The rapper even mentioned that was flown to New York to live with Puffy under the same roof, and that gave his a chance to experience what it meant to really make it big in music. Well, you've got to see what Usher said about those days.
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was.
While the rapper never went into details of this unique experience with Diddy, everything looks pretty self-explanatory from this statement. Apparently, even such a level of candor is not acceptable for Diddy, and he started his bloody hunt against his own ex-protege. It doesn't look like a coincidence that first Usher kinda outed Diddy in his interview, and all of a sudden, Chris Brown goes bananas and punches his friend in the face, leaving him with a bloodied nose. While nothing has been proven yet, many people already named Diddy the main suspect behind this incident and only fear that more tragic events would soon follow. Well, Diddy certainly has his influence on people one way or another. While it was apparently so easy to silence young Usher by promising him to do the adult stuff, it seems like only now the rapper starts to realize the level of the things he had experienced at that time. Now that Usher has kids of his own, he stated that would never send them to Puffy Flavor Camp. As many people say, one Usher statement would be enough to send Puff in jail where he belongs, but for some reason, the rapper never revealed what kind of activity he had been involved in while he had been involved in with the music mogul. Fans say that Usher should be more brave because at that time, he was a minor, and his stories could shock the entire industry and even save many other lives. As one user wrote, so basically, Diddy needs to be arrested for touching a minor consent or no consent Usher. Watch your back. I'm praying for your safety. And another fan added, Diddy feels untouchable. He just knows that he can't be touched. That's how he feels. He does whatever he wants to people in the industry, and it's sad, awful, disgusting. Well, so far, Usher couldn't be cracked, and he seems to only hint about the things he had experienced under Diddy's guidance. And although the music mogul never confirmed or denied any relationship with Usher, especially not from the times when he was only 14 years old, many people witnessed Diddy yelling at this artist and promising to take him on the kitchen counter.
How the fuck you in the kitchen?
While this episode was filmed and leaked online, the music mogul pretended he had never seen it. Well, Diddy had never had a problem of lying straight into your face, and apparently, when he doesn't want to discuss any inconvenient or disturbing topic, he pretends not to have heard the question. Even when the host of The Breakfast Club called him out on his lies, Diddy chose to stick to his usual excuse and never answer the question.
Did you see that?
Of course, did he see this?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I swear to God.
Come on, man.
Many fans believe that despite Usher going on his own way right now, his ex-producer is not done with him, and that's why he thinks it's time to get rid of Usher. Let's not forget, guys, that Usher used to in awe with Diddy, and apparently the music mogul still needs Usher to behave in this way. However, the rapper has long grown up and is not afraid to stand up to Diddy, despite his weight and power in show business. In an interview with Bevy Smith on her podcast, Usher seemingly took issue with Diddy's controversial statement that implied our bev genre was no longer around in this day and age. He stated, when I do hear people, even like Puff Diddy, saying, Worm is dead, he sounds nuts to me. It sounds crazy, especially knowing he was a pioneer and understanding and beneficiary of it. Well, I guess a person like Diddy doesn't like to be disrespected like that, especially considering that Usher was quite emotional in his speech, and he stated, if it's a thirst trap moment or you trolling, you man keep that cess. In the comment section, I'm not fee with none of that. Seems like little boy is out of control, and who knows what else he could state or reveal after such disrespectful speech. So, Diddy is not the kind to wait for more beans to be spilled, and he already began sending warnings to be spilled, and he already began sending warnings to Usher through his lynching crew. Whether Usher get the message or not may define his future, and hopefully, this incident with Chris Brown would be the last unfortunate thing that happened to the rapper and stops running his mouth and saying things against Diddy. Because we all know that Diddy is vindictive and protective, especially after the incident with Jamie Foxx, because the villain behind the actor's medical complication has not been found yet. Apparently, he is ready to make the next move, and he believes that everyone who knows a little bit about his wild interactions with men should be eliminated. Well, despite knowing too much, Usher has always been lucky to avoid the tragic fate like Kim Porter, Albie Shore, and other people. But it seems like he is out of control now, and according to Chris Brown, it's Usher's time to be silenced. Many fans believe that Diddy wouldn't stop until he gets what he wants. As one user wrote, Diddy can play the role very well, but he has a killer's instinct about him. Definitely, he is a silent killer. And another user added, if Diddy do something to Usher, everybody will know. The FBI will know. He is not stupid, do something. They already investigate you. Been investigation you, but now, after Jamie, you going down. Well, it's about time the police and the FBI start looking into Diddy's past and maybe find something to prove his criminal activity. Because so far, and what do you reckon, is Usher actually in danger and Diddy plans to get rid of him next? Or is this just allegations and this fight has nothing to do with Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other video about Diddy and people who has beef with. It looks like everyone has something to say against the music producer. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon